Retirement is not optional. Welcome to day 82 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. Sharon Hornelson here, and today we're talking about retirement planning. Because as much as some of us think we never have to retire, we're probably going to want to. When I'm 90, I'm not sure I'm going to want to be showing up, working. I guess I do want to be showing up, working, and interacting with other human beings, but I don't want to be necessarily doing and contributing at the level that I am right now. For a lot of reasons. We get old, we get tired, we get worn out. I'm traveling right now and I'm already feeling older and tireder and more tired and more worn out. Let's talk about this and how it impacts our business and our life. We want to be planning for our retirement. My whole life, my whole corporate career and my whole life, we've been hearing Social Security is going to run out of money. The generation before us, my parents' generation, was promised Social Security as a way to retire. But even my dad had money set aside and was saving for his retirement when we were growing up. And he would take 15 to 20% of his gross income, and that went into retirement savings and accounts. Now, he also set the example where he took that money out and invested it, which was great because it created a bigger nest egg for my mom since he's passed away. But he was definitely not retired when he passed away, and he was into his 80s. So I don't see myself any differently. Just turned 66, which is probably too much information, but I know that I should be feeling like I should slow down and stop and retire, but I'm not done yet, if that makes sense. So each of us will be different, but the vast majority of the population wants to retire at some point. I always thought I'd retire at 50, but that's when I had my sudden cardiac arrest, which meant my whole world was turned upside down. And so instead of retiring, I needed to recover and then come back stronger than I was before that event happened. So I'm actually rebuilding my retirement nest egg, as many people are. The vast majority of people on this planet, sad to say, do not have any plan for their retirement. They have no idea how they are going to live and be taken care of, which is a really, really sad state of affairs. I should have looked up the statistics, but I'm traveling and I don't like to do a lot of research when I'm traveling. I like to show up, be present, ask questions, which is the most powerful thing we can do anyway, is asking questions of ourselves and of others. So today, as we look at our retirement and our ability to retire, I like to say, my future me, future Sharon will thank present Sharon. Future you will thank present you if you take a few minutes and review this today and create a plan so that you can create the life you want and the retirement that you want. We have to think about, well, what kind of lifestyle do I want when I retire? We have to think of how much is that lifestyle going to cost me? And a good rule of thumb is 25 times your annual expenses. And it's going to be different for each and every one of us, right? I am finding that the older I get, the more I want to simplify things. And, life has dealt me some challenges that have made that possible. And actually, they've made that essential for me personally. I have some health challenges that make it essential that I simplify my life. And that's good because I've always been just the opposite. I've always been an overcomplicator, and I've changed my identity to no, I'm a simplifier. I look for the simplest solution because so often the simplest solution is the least expensive, the most efficient and effective, the quickest to implement. And we spend so much time commiserating about and making decisions and wasting time and energy that we could use, or the time that could be better spent creating the life that we want. So today I challenge you to ask yourself a few questions. Number one, what's the status of your retirement savings plan? What's the status of your retirement? If you want to retire at a certain age, how much money do you need to have set aside? If you retire at 50, you're going to need a whole lot more probably than 25 years of annual expenses in that fund. That's when I was in corporate America, that was the dream. We're going to all retire at 50. I don't even know why, because I never really wanted to retire at 50. Maybe that was the universe telling me I didn't need to retire yet. So how much money's in there? Do you have any type of retirement program in your company for yourself, for your employees, and to be providing for people that you love and care about and yourself so that you can retire someday? Calculate. This is a really fun one. Calculate how many years you will have to work to live the lifestyle you want at your present rate of savings or present rate of investing into your retirement funds. mine was in great shape until the stock market crash of 2008, 2009 time zone. The housing bubble burst and caused a lot of damage to my retirement plan and my retirement funding, because that's what I used stocks for, was for my retirement plan, my retirement funding. And that happens, right? We can't predict when those things are going to happen. So that's part of why we want to make sure that we are putting something aside. I did, when I was in corporate America for over a quarter century, do whatever my employers would match. That was the minimum that I would put into my retirement accounts, because it was free money, right? Why would you not do that? I had one employer that matched 15%, would match up to 15% of our gross income. So guess how much went into my retirement account? 15%. Why? Because that 15% became 30% of my salary was being saved every year and invested in a long-term growth fund that helped me to get a nice nest egg for my retirement. So calculate out what that is, and then figure out how old you'll be. It's really fun. Figure out how old you'll be, or if you'll have to work forever. Guess what? Vast majority of people on the planet have not done any of this. They have not planned or even thought about, well, how am I going to ever be able to retire? A lot of people still believe that Social Security is going to be what they can live on. I will tell you, I know several people on Social Security, since I'm now over Social Security age, that have found they absolutely positively cannot survive, much less live on, just the amount that they get from Social Security. Maybe as political cleanup happens in that system, it'll become a better managed program. But you can't count on that, right? We can never depend on or count on things outside of us to provide for us. It's our responsibility to take care of ourselves and those we love and care about. And so we want to set up and have plans for that. So today, I challenge you to take a look at your retirement accounts and say, okay, based on this amount in my retirement account, how old will I be when I get to retire? And then share that in the comments below, because I think that would be a really powerful thing to share. If I were to calculate mine now, because I dug into my retirement to help out people I love and care about, and to deal with some medical residual bills and challenges that I had from my sudden cardiac arrest, I just wanted to be done with. And so now I am in the rebuilding stages of that retirement account. Do I really ever want to retire personally? No. I want to be like my dad. I want to be working and building businesses until I'm just done, or until I'm physically unable to do that, because that brings me joy. I love doing it. And that's what we should do. We should be doing things that bring us joy and we love doing. Yet the vast majority of the people on the planet there are not either. So how old will you have to be? Or share. We'll do an or share today. How old will you have to be when you retire? Calculate that. Or excuse me, how much of your retirement, what percentage boy, my throat's going. What percentage of your salary would you have to, or your earnings, your income, would you have to put into your retirement account in order to retire at the age you want to retire? So then say, I want to retire at 50. I need to put 50% or 75% of my business's income, or my whatever your sources of income are, aside and into those retirement accounts in order to make that happen. All right, that's all I've got today. My voice is obviously not holding out, so I will stop talking. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Always have an absolutely incredible day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow, hopefully with a little more coherency. Bye.